What If It's Cool is proudly brought to you by Respo Clothing. Feel like a champion by wearing the merch from all the stars, including Luke Resner, B Squared, Savannah Rowe, John Stop Action, Nova Nichols, The Cooters, and my personal favourite, Conflict Axiom. So feel like a champion by checking out Respo Clothing. They can be found on Facebook and on Instagram. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling presents Breakout 41, happening on May 10th, featuring the up-and-coming stars of Adrenaline Pro Wrestling. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Mayhem Pro presents Showcase, happening on May 10th. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Alpha Pro Wrestling presents Malice, happening on Saturday, May 11th at the Pipeworks Market. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Before you see Malice, make sure to also check out Alpha Pro Wrestling's Energy 4 Wrestling Festival, happening on Saturday, May 11th at 12 p.m. at the Pipeworks Market. Ticket entry is only $2. Make sure to check it out. It's time to celebrate as MXW presents Homecoming, happening on Saturday, May 18th. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling presents Battle to Survive 3, happening on May 25th at the Seaford Community Hall, featuring the Battle to Survive Rumble. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I'm clearly have no friends tonight because everyone is facing someone that I'm really close with, Daniel Paul Crow. On this episode, I have facing the boss, Chris Law, at Friday's Adrenaline Pro Wrestling Breakout 41. We have Tass. How are you going?
Good. Well, it depends on when this gets released. Sorry, I've actually got a special guest here. She just popped up.
Oh!
This is Coco. She's a Tibetan Terrier cross poodle.
Oh, God.
And she just walked by and I was like, oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, she's cute. Facing Living the Dream, Ryan Casca. Fun fact, dangerous Pete Morgan. Pete, how you going?
Hey, doing all right, mate. Fun fact, I'm going to take that cup from him on Saturday. Don't you worry.
Oh my God! I did not plan this out. That was going to happen. Like this is like quite possibly the bonus, like sort of intro because like I can't believe that everyone's working this weekend except for Richard, because he doesn't work in the industry. But yeah, it's all right. He's not here tonight, so we can give him an extra one tonight. Yeah, that's right. He's unfortunately not here tonight. The NAF. It doesn't matter. He's not here. But yeah, he's nah. Rich does send his regards, guys. He just couldn't make it tonight. He's got some basketball or some. I think he's going on a date with a redhead. I think
That's fair.
Yeah.
I do come bearing gifts though, because in the spirit of X-Men 97, I was looking through my old toy chest, and I managed to find these. See if you can remember. I think these were from McDonald's.
Yes, they were. Oh my God.
Jesus.
I've had all of them somewhere like stored somewhere, but I was like, oh, this might be more appropriate for the show.
I was talking to somebody, and I'm glad you brought it, Tass, because the people who I've talked to, they don't remember it. I thought that was like the coolest toy in the world because like you can either go like vertically or you can do diagonally
Or
as
you
well.
can just connect. Yeah. And also I've got something else, and Pete's probably gonna think this is awesome, or he's gonna probably call me an arsehole, or maybe both.
Oh,
That's all right. That's all right. I count.
He's counted.
I counter with this.
I have read that, and I've read Second Coming as well, because that's all connected. That story with Bastion as the villain. But when I found out about Operation Zero Tolerance, I told you guys this, but to the public, I was looking up where I could find it, and the first place I looked to is All Star Comics, and they actually had it.
All right, that's good.
So when I told you guys about it, it's like, you son of a bitch, I was looking for it too.
I was about to say, I thought the Milestone series was out of print.
No, I think that was still going.
Really? Because I used to have the Onslaught one.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Yeah, that's really good.
Now, before we continue, so because we obviously did mention the wrestling, ticket link is all in the description for all that. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling's Breakout 41 will be happening at the Adrenaline Zone Friday when this comes out at 7 p.m. As I said, Tass or Manos, the Overlord Manos, will be taking on these guys here, Chris Law's Conflict Axiom. Oh, actually, speaking of Conflict Axiom and this beautiful T-shirt, we need to take a minute. And this is the worst cheap plug in the world. We need to take a minute to acknowledge our overlords, Respo Clothing. Make sure to check out Respo Clothing on Instagram and on Facebook. On Facebook, they can be found Respo Clothing. Instagram, respo.clothing. They have amazing merchandise like the shirt I'm wearing today. Not sure if the grey merchandise is ever going to come out because, let's be honest,
You've been asking.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting to hear back.
Mason Stone Loser hasn't really put his hand up to get it. Hugh has just finally come back from Japan, and Tass, you've been incognito for a little bit. So let's see what happens, and yeah, let's hopefully
Let's
we
see
can
what
get
happens this
them
Saturday. Oh, Friday.
Friday. But speaking of Saturday, though, Alpha Pro Wrestling will be hosting Wrestle Festival. Can wait for him, and I already screwed up the line. Wrestle Festival Energy 4 will be at the Pipeworks Market from 12 p.m. For the Energy Cup, you're taking on Ryan Casca. Is that right, Pete?
Yes, I am. I am taking on Casco. I'm going to take that cup and I'm going to make it worth something. So I hope he enjoyed holding it onto it for me.
Well, that's only going to be $2 entry. That's just to get into the market for all that wrestling action. So, for $2 for all that wrestling action, why the f would you miss it? Seriously. Pete's going to hit Ryan in the nuts and win the cup, and I'll be calling it. So it's going to be amazing. Now, we are here to talk about episode 8 of X-Men 97. Who would like to read the synopsis? Whoever's got it.
Yeah, it's one line. Episode 8, Tolerance's Extinction, Part 1. The X-Men must unite to face a new threat.
Okay, is that where is that from? Is that from the actual?
It's from the official release.
Okay.
So, like I said, one line. That's it. But considering what happens in the episode, I think it's best to keep it vague as possible.
Yeah, true.
There is so much wiggle room in that synopsis.
I've forgotten what happens at the start of the episode, boys. Help me out. What happens at the start?
It is the fallout of everyone finding out that Cable is Cyclops' son.
Oh, that's right. And then we get that beautiful shot where he's shooting stuff at the start of that episode. It's just the gun noise, and that I'll be fair honest, that was f***ing awesome hearing that at the start.
Can I just say, and I think I spoke to this to Pete last week, is it just me, or did they make Cable sound like he was Josh Brolin?
He really does.
Doesn't he?
He really does. There's a lot of times in this episode where he's talking, and I'm like, I swear that's Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
If not, it's a bloody good impersonator.
That's true.
But it's the person who's doing is such a good voice though. I'm drawn every time he speaks.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think Pete, you said it on the last episode, or the previous episode, we already cut that. It's like they already knew that they knew that Cable was Nathan. But I'm just I don't know, I'm not really buying it, but I'm still finding it very hard for to take Cyclops seriously because of what happened episode ago. He's a bad dad. He's not only is he a bitch, he's a bad dad. Sorry. No.
I mean, he tried. You see in the monologue where he's talking to Jean about Cable, he said, I sent him to the future to make his life better, and it was so bad he came back to change it. Brother's trying. He's trying.
Yeah. No, but he did one of the most ultimate dad lines of all, and it seems like his other superpower is, vanishing when I enter the room. I'm just like, oh my God, can someone just slap him for me? Because I'm like, what a bad dad joke. I mean, Pete and me are parents, and obviously not to each other. But even I wouldn't put that line in.
I would, just because like it put the image in my head where like he slips Nightcrawler a 20 behind closed doors. Like, oh, he's coming. Yeah, come over here. Come over here. Poof.
No, but it does end with a sweet line that that Gene says is, maybe you're thinking it the wrong way. Maybe he's come back because he needs his father. That was the very sweet line and very heartwarming.
And that Cyclops goes, I wish I could have spoken to something along the lines of, I wish I could have spoken to Professor Xavier about being a parent.
Mm.
And he looks back at the portrait of the original lineup.
This is. Oh, sorry, Pete. Here you go.
No, I was about to say, all I can say is, Scott, be glad you missed out on the teenagers.
Oh God,
bro, they're gonna be the worst.
Pete, thank you for reminding me of that because Bubs isn't that far away from being a teenager. Jesus Christ.
Neither's mine. She turns 8 this year, bro.
Mine's 10 months. So.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. God. But the thing with this whole thing is I'm really starting to come along and loving the writing of this. Like that whole scene is well written, although some corny jokes, very well written. If they don't win an Emmy, what the is going to win an Emmy? Honestly, at this point. Yeah,
really, like the way it's put together and like just the little bits are paying off now that we see it all come together, and it's really just beautiful. Especially not to get ahead of myself, but especially at the end where the spoiler character says monologue about other spoiler character. You probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't think Daniel does.
I'm just God. Hang on. Is there any fun facts you can persuade to us during the scene?
Not particularly about this scene. No.
Okay.
Nothing really.
I pointed out one to Pete in the intro just earlier today. If you wanted to take it from there, or if you wanted to save it for later on.
What did we say today? You messaged me while I was at the gym, so I was very distracted.
Right. it had to do with the intro.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it now.
I'm just gonna get my phone so I can actually remember. I can't remember what
some of the people you see running when the X-Men and
yeah.
The people that are running towards the camera, they're all Prime Sentinels.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, that thing you posted. Yeah.
So from the very intro, they were connecting the entire season.
Because I remember seeing a thing by Burton Meyer, the writer of the show, saying that like Bastions had either an appearance or a reference ever since episode 1. And you see the payoff to that later in the episode. But seeing that it was all right in our faces, and it's only now that you start to nitpick the little details.
Yeah, exactly.
That you get to see it. It's like, it's beautifully done.
Brilliantly done.
So brilliantly done. Like, there's even references that he may be the reason, like Bastion may have caused what happened at the end of the original show when you put some pieces together.
Wow.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I'll break it all down then, but that's how far this goes back.
Wow. Well, we move further into the story, and Cable is basically, giving a run through of what's been happening, why he's back and doing all this stuff. Wolverine, starts cracking and says, why don't you stop it? It happened in Nosha. And then, Scott just says, sit down. Love this line. Oh, Daddy's home from Logan, far out. I expected it out of Morph, but not Logan. But I was like, oh my God, that's so good.
That's Morph. Yeah, Morph and Wolverine are best friends. You can see Morph just being across the other side.
And Morph's like, great, another future scenario where Wolverine survives all of us.
Yeah, it really does seem to be that way, doesn't it? Even in non-X-Men storylines, the comic book Age of Ultron, he's one of the only survivors.
He's the main character.
Yeah, he's the main character. It's always the apocalyptic scenarios.
Well, he can't die, so well, I mean, he can die, but
he can, yeah.
But it takes him forever, and it takes a right special person to kill him. But like I like the line, and I that made that entire scene for me. Just Logan just speaking out of turn and looking at him like that. And I miss this dynamic between Logan and Cyclops, where they clearly have respect for each other, but it just at the end of the day they still will be dick to each other.
Oh yeah, it's like, guys, just kiss already. Like,
I mean, they're saying that for him and Morph.
Yeah, that too. But at least, like, I'm glad that it's not. I think they did it over the first 3 seasons where it was just a love triangle the whole way.
Gene, yeah.
Yeah, like they've alluded to it during this show, but I think, yeah, they've sort of backed off of it a bit, especially because people are now like making memes and jokes that Wolverine doesn't do anything in the show.
Yeah, they acknowledged it and then they backed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps continuity, but it doesn't bring back what the problem was.
Yes.
But what you're saying there, for me, I'm actually glad that he's not doing anything, because how people are saying he doesn't do anything, because like, especially the later half of the original series, it felt like he was the only character that was actually worth watching most of the time. And like, as much as I love the Wolverine character, I'm just like, I want to be able to enjoy everybody that's on the show. So I'm actually glad that he's not doing as much. Like, he has the best lines, best action sequences, but he's not doing as much. I'm all for it, to be honest.
He hasn't had previously on X-Men on 97 so far. So that's when we hear that's when we know, all right, now he's going to show off. Because this episode was Scott. Was it Cyclops or was it?
Yeah, it was Scott.
Cyclops. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. And I've now forgotten what happens next in this scene.
Well, that's all right. Explain what? Oh, sorry.
Now I was about to say, quick fun fact about this scene, real quick.
Yes.
When Cable is showing the timeline and everything, like the projection in the middle of the table, you see the timeline branch looks a lot like what the timeline branch looks like in the TVA screen in Loki.
Nice.
Because it's that thick line that's like a little wavy and it has branches. Yeah. So it looks exactly like a TVA display.
Oh my God. We're so lucky that Rich is not on tonight, because he would be livid on that one.
Like Loki or something?
No. I think I'm kind of with him on this one, and it's hard for me because I have to acknowledge I actually agree with him for something. Like, tying it with a lot of the MCU stuff, I'm just like, I want to keep it like, the original 90s universe, but at the same time, it's like it makes sense. We've got a lot of new viewers who are checking this out, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm kind of with him. I think I'm becoming friends with him, boys. Jeez. Oh, I feel dirty saying
that. Like he's not here to hear you say that.
Yeah.
But Cable, I think, explains why he wasn't able to stop it like time and time again. It's a direct link to What If and the Doctor Strange episode from season 1.
It
would have happened anyway.
A point in the timeline. Even Beast mentions the Wizards of Kamartaj.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, what have in the previous series, did we ever mention that at all, or no?
No.
Yeah.
Like, Doctor Strange is in that universe, especially because there's an episode where him and Spider-Man team up. He has made cameos in the X-Men series as well as Avengers United They Stand, but they never outright referenced Kamartaj or even the ancient. They did mention the ancient one, but not Kamartaj itself.
Okay, fair enough. Oh boy, there's so many friggin' Easter eggs in this episode, and
yes.
I don't know.
I
don't know if it's because I'm extremely tired, but I honestly cannot remember what happens next. I'm lost. What's happening?
Yes, it's one of my favorite scenes in the entire episode. You see Jubilee and Roberto having breakfast with his mother.
Oh no! Not
and
this
guess
one.
Who makes a cameo appearance on the TV? The villain of one of the best, my favorite personal X-Men storyline of all time. God loves, man kills.
Striker,
and comic accurate Striker too. As much as I love his live action counterpart, comic accurate William Stryker just hits different, Because
You reckon they'd ever adapt God Loves Man Kills into the show?
Hell no.
If they
Hell
don't,
no.
why? Like, if you look at how he looks on the news report, it's
Yeah.
almost exactly how he looks when in the start of the bloody comic. So I'm like, that's perfect setup.
I don't know if they ever will adapt it because it's I like the story as well, but like
Very adult.
It's rough. Yeah.
I don't think it's the adult bit that's more the thing. I just reckon there's so many things that they have to tweak to be A, PC and B more acceptable because obviously this is written hang on, but that was mid 90s, right? Or was that early 90s?
Late
It
80s?
was late 80s.
Late 80s? Sorry.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that that a lot of people are not going to make sense. Like I read that only maybe a few years ago, and there's certain bits I'm gonna have to do some research. I don't get that. What's all this shit? And I think it's just going to be too much work for them to do.
It wouldn't be, especially because if you look at it's been said outright a couple of times, but God Loves Man Kills was what directly inspired X2, so the second live action X-Men movie. The way they did it then was just to fit in with Wolverine's backstory. So the way I reckon they could do it for 97 is you could do it fairly close to what the original story did. Like, well, for quick thing too, if you're one of the people watching this podcast, then you pay attention to the comic books that we recommend and everything. When it comes to God Love Man Kills, there is a trigger warning because they do drop the N-word in it.
Yes.
More than once. Like, seriously, the first time I read the comic, when I first saw that in the speech bubble, it made me audibly gasp.
Yep.
I didn't realize they used it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was all Comic Code Authority back then. So, but yeah. So that's why.
Hang on, wasn't it
with the graphic novel lineup?
In the graphic novel, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's I didn't know if they still did it under the Comic Code Authority. Because they technically it still exists today. It just doesn't have the sticker like it normally does. But the way they could definitely do it is it'd be a fallout of what spoiler alert, it'd be a fallout of what Magneto does at the end of the episode. Because it would be Stryker saying, look, we were right to fear them. We were wrong to give them Genosha. We were wrong to give them rights. We were wrong to do this. Friends of Humanity did it right. We have to... He radicalized people and especially used the connotations of religion as well, saying God made them and he made a mistake. We have to correct his mistake, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it'd be essentially the same message that the original story had, but yeah, they do it in the show's context.
Yeah, true.
You know, just a idea, boys. You know what they could do if hypothetically Marvel or Disney would love to do that? Why don't you just do a one-shot, movie? They haven't. I mean, we get a lot from the DC universe. Why don't we get one in the Marvel universe? I think that'd be
Special
great.
presentations and stuff like that.
Yeah, what was it? What was the one we got? Not last year, the year before. Wolves by Night. Wolves by Night. Why can't we get something like that?
I wouldn't mind it. It'd be a lot to compress into 45 minutes, but
no, I don't even think you put it in 5 minutes. Make it an hour and a half.
Then you might as well just make it a movie.
Yeah, good point. No, but or even do the whole motion comic thing that they did with the Astonishing X-Men run that from.
Yeah, true.
Like that, like they don't do that anymore. I really loved the Astonishing X-Men, the entire series that he did in the motion comics. Didn't mind the Black Panther one. I just didn't like the voice casting there. The Iron Man one, the only reason why I didn't like that one is because it was just too dark. Not the story, but the friggin' colors of things were just darker than the actual comic.
Yeah.
Spider-Woman, I watched. Didn't have really an opinion back and forth on that one, but the one I really liked, and I still can't believe I really liked, was the Eternal one. I don't know. I've never been a fan of them. But that one, thought it was great.
Honestly, if you read Neil Gaiman's interpretation of them, it's actually really good. They took a lot of inspiration from Neil Gaiman's run into the live action movie. Essentially, they mixed
X, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Because I think they took a lot of like Kirby's original Eternals run and made something out of that, and then they did the Eternals from Neil Gaiman because that was the most popular at the time.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, it's Neil's writing. He's absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god. Going back to the scene because we've gone on a massive tangent right now. I'm just glad that for a chance for the first time in a while. It wasn't me that got on a tangent on this one. It was all you guys. God, I'm in the mood to piss people off tonight.
One Easter egg.
But no, the sex scene with the whole Roberto's mom, they're going on. Jubilee just finally sticking up and goes, this is bullshit. Like, what, why aren't you, embracing this and all that stuff? And then she goes and ruins the whole line by saying, you know what? You got a trust fund. We need to go out. Let's go have some retail favor. They're like, what the f? Just storm out. Say that afterwards. Don't say it in front of the mum. Killed the scene for me.
Yeah, but I think like that's a way you get to rich people, though. You get to them through their wallets. Because everybody knows where that trust fund's coming from. It's coming from her.
Yeah.
So like, it's a way of getting at her. Plus, like Jubilee, she'd get extra pissed because she dealt with all that, being persecuted and everything by her own family, but like didn't have like the sort of pull that Roberto does. Like she didn't have the money and everything. She had to keep running away and then getting dragged back. So I think now she's like, no, Roberto, you can leave. And she's trying to like push him away from the family.
Yeah.
Especially because he was almost there during, what was it, last episode where he came out to his mom and she knew, and she's like, oh, I knew the whole time. Like she would have seen that and gone, okay, he might actually be accepted. That's good for him. And then she said, now we have to keep it private. And she's like, no.
Nope, worried about her investors.
Yeah, they're worried about the investors more than anything.
I liked how Jubilee used you people, and then her mum got offended. Like, oh, what like you people, like weren't oh god, now I'm gonna say weren't you people saying that as well? Like it goes both ways, man. Like don't be offended. Just acknowledge it and go, okay, how can we improve it? Not just go, oh, you called me your people too. Fuck you. No, just acknowledge it. Like.
Yeah, it's literally like you people are monsters. It's like, well, you people are assholes. And it's like, how dare you call us on you people? Like, huh?
Monsters, assholes, they're exactly the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just bigotry.
Yeah,
bigotry in its main form.
Yep.
God. And then I think this is when they're after the scene. This is when Cable, Jean, and Scott are now going to the coordinates, right? Is that right, or is it almost in this scene?
Or we meet up with, we go back to Mr. Sinister.
And, yes. The bit where all of us lost our minds. I don't want to say anything, Tass, because you and me going back and forth when I was watching it. Take it away.
Well, we meet up with Mr. Sinister, and he's got Magneto tied up in the same way as Wolverine from the iconic cover.
Oh yeah, Uncanny X-Men.
Up on the X
251 or 255. It's 250 something.
I believe so.
Yeah,
and then we see Valerie Cooper.
The Marauders got him in the Outback. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. And then we see Valerie Cooper walk in. So obviously, and she's dressed up in the same uniform that Bastion has. So she's been involved the whole time too.
Yeah.
Bitch. Absolute bitch. Hey, someone had to say it.
But obviously, there's a little bit of doubt there.
Yes.
And then I believe that immediately after that, no, she goes up to Magneto and she's obviously showing a little bit of doubt about what she's been doing, and she's asking him, "Please say something." I'm so like
basically be mad, curse me, just say something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I have two fun facts about this scene too.
Yep.
The first one.
Why is he nude?
Why is he nude? He's nude because he's kinky, bro. Like, why
he knows what the ladies want.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
hang on. Sorry to be that guy, but I need to be that guy, right? and what I'm about to say, I'm going to quote a obscure pop culture reference. 10 things I hate about you.
Oh,
Do what you will about what Magneto's wearing. Thank you. There we go. There's my joke for the episode.
God, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that movie.
I haven't seen that. So
Bit of
Plus, bro, you can watch it. Homework for tonight. But yeah, the first fact is when you see the scene, when you enter the scene and you see Mr. Sinister having his flasks and everything, he turns around. I know, I do my job so well. But the reason it's such a big thing is because in the original series, because Mr. Sinister is a bitch to animate by 90s standards, he was always front on. You never saw even the side of him. You never saw the back of him. He was always front on.
Oh my God, I never knew that. I always wondered that too.
was that something that the animators
It was because it was mostly because like in the 90s, the way they animated it was mostly characters drawn onto cell shade background.
Oh yeah.
So it's the way that like Batman the animated series did it, but instead of using bright backgrounds, they'd use dark backgrounds, which is what gave it the night aesthetic.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say, you know, the main reason why it was like that is because Rob Liefeld was drawing it, you know.
Bro was drawing bloody Captain America, fucking with the massive going on back then. Like, damn. I love Liefeld's art because it's so funny. And the second fact, I got to remember it. You see Magneto's Holocaust number. Now
yes.
I believe.
Oh yeah.
I believe it's 214782. I believe. I might be wrong, but that's what I've got in my head at the moment.
That's a bit scary that you remember it.
It's only because like I rewatched the episode like an hour ago. So.
Okay, fair enough.
But the fun fact about that is it's the exact same number and placement as the live action Ian McKellen and live action Michael Fassbender's Holocaust number.
Well, while you guys talk, I'm going to check that now. Hang on.
So what, combined, or is it the same lineup of numbers?
It was the same number, same placement. Left forearm. Because you see it in X3, Ian McKellen reveals it to Hedgehog and Arcline and all that, saying no one will ever touch my skin again. And in the scene of First Class, you see
what did you say? What did you say it was?
It was 214782, I believe.
You got a better memory than me. He's right. Great fun fact. Sorry because he's not here, but I got to do it. Delicious.
Yes.
God, I feel dirty doing these lines. Oh. Rich, make sure you're on the next episode. I can't keep this the charade up of trying to be as cool as you. I just said that. Oh my God.
He said,
now I hope he is watching.
He's gonna record that and make it his voice tone now. I swear.
Oh God. Okay.
But
now,
is this when we meet back up with Bastion?
Yeah,
yes.
Bastion comes in and explains things.
Explains his plan, and then we get the first. Backtrack. During when Cable was speaking about how Bastion pretty much changed the future for the better of mutants.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple of cameos there too. There was 2 mutants from the Days of Future Past episodes.
Yes, there was.
On the
there was
lines.
Yeah.
One
of them. Yeah, one of them was an older Polaris.
Yep, that was another one.
Yeah, and there was another one, Rachel Summers.
Yes.
Oh, that's who that was. I'm like thinking, what? I thought it was like Phoenix. That can't be right. And yeah.
The face tattoos is what gives it away.
Yeah. But yeah, the cameos that we meet, I'll let Pete take this one.
Yeah, because I only saw Polaris and I saw Rachel Summers. I do know during the Rachel Summers scene, you get the two primary Sentinels in the background that appear in this episode.
Yep.
But I'm not sure of the other ones. I don't believe.
The ones on the production line, they were the ones that were with, I believe, Bishop, or in the prologue for Days of Future Past Part 1.
I'm not sure. I can't.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of it too.
Two younger mutants.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I do know there was like you see a lot of what was it? I think I'm skipping a bit ahead, but you see like a reference to the episode where they go into the future to kill college age Charles. No, sorry, back in time to kill college age Charles. Because that was the first episode with Nimrod.
Yes.
But yeah, I think I've lost my train of thought here.
But in the scene with Bastion, when he's explaining his plans and everything, we get a couple of cameos, like really big cameos. I'll let Pete take this one home.
Yeah, because we all lost our shits on this one.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember it.
So the first one is a very familiar voice and
Metallic mask.
Yeah, metallic mask and green cloak.
Oh fuck! Yeah, sorry. I thought we were still in the flashback. So that's why I was like, "What cameos are they talking about? They've flashed to the future. What else do we see?" But no, he didn't mention the Bastion part of it because you jumped a bit ahead because Bastion explains his plan to the UN lady first.
Yeah, to Valerie.
This is where we get the confirmation that Bastion was the reason that Gyrick killed or attempted to kill Professor X. Because Bastion explains you don't want to make them martyrs. And that's why he didn't kill them. He's like, Genosha was a warning shot, essentially. But we didn't want to kill them because that makes them martyrs. And you never want to make anything martyrs. Hence why our village idiot, Gyrick, tried making a martyr out of Professor X. And he's like, he pissed him off, but it was like, it's a small thing in the future. And that's why, like, you get the sense of, Bastion's been around a long time. Like a long time.
But yeah, so we see Doctor Doom on the big screen.
Yep. You see Doctor Doom, you see Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
Oh, and the thing about Doctor Doom, you know it's bad when he says, "Hey, I don't condone war crimes." Brother, you took over an entire country. Brother, you took over your own country. And you're the ones that telling Bastion chill on the war crimes. I just found that funny.
I could have stopped laughing when he said that.
Yeah, I'm like, bruh, pot calling the kettle black much. And then Zemo pipes up. I'm like, you better not say anything about war crimes. I swear to God. Your entire family bloodline was built on war crimes. Because we're not sure who the third cameo is, the female.
I felt like that might be. I don't remember her name, but she was part of Sword. Oh my God.
Is this Comic Sword or WandaVision Sword?
No, Comic Sword. Oh my God.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I forgot the name. Green hair.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Because that's who I'm naturally assuming it is. Just if I'm going by de facto supervillains, that's who I'm thinking.
But that was an accent. I thought it was either one of two people because I think I spoke with Pete about this.
Yeah, we did.
Either Madam Mask or Pete said Madam Hydra.
Madam Hydra,
yeah. They didn't show who it was though.
Madam Hydra would make more sense, but yeah, I don't know.
I saw one of the silhouettes that you see in the background of it looks eerily similar to a comic book accurate Killmonger too.
Oh,
because he has the same facial structure with the dreads, and I couldn't think of anyone else with that specific silhouette.
Yeah, but did Killmonger look like that in the 90s though?
He did.
Did he?
Yeah. He had the dreads, everything.
No, I thought I just thought he had long hair in the 90s. I didn't remember the dreads.
No, he's had dreads since his first appearance.
Okay.
Because the only reason I thought of that was I think it's the episode where you go back in Storm's episode where they fight Shadow King.
Yeah.
Black Panther makes like a 2-second cameo. So he's there.
He's there. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good if they bring Panther in. That'd be good.
That would be. They'd be able to do the Black Panther Storm relationship. That would be cool.
Oh my god, I'd love to see that. Hey, have a three-way triangle with
Forge.
Forge, Jesus.
Good night, everybody.
I loved her. I brought back her powers, and Black Panther, like Storm, would be like, "Yeah, but you also were the reason they got taken away, sir."
Mm-hmm.
The T'Challa would just be like, "I got nothing to do with it."
But imagine having that love triangle there. That would be really interesting to see on X-Men. No, but this whole scene, I lost my shit. Tass, was I watching it as we text each other on this one, or was it just like straight after I finished the episode? I can't remember what I said there.
I think it was during, because
Yeah.
you said you were in the middle of watching it, and I thought I might back off a bit. So,
Oh yeah, that's right.
I watched it
Yeah.
before you guys.
Yeah, and then like so I'm going through it, and the next so it's like ... Oh my god ... You're fucking kidding me, right? You know, like. And then obviously as we go further in the episode, you when me and Tass were going back, I'm going, oh, holy s-! And
That would have been Pete's reaction too.
It was. That's why Tass was messaging everyone like, "Oh, who's watched the end of the episode?"
Yeah.
Waiting patiently. And I'm like, "All right, I finished it." Also,
so let's continue moving on, because we're going way over time at the moment with this part of the scene. So we got that. So obviously now the Summers are now at the coordinates at. Why am I about to call him Sebastian Shaw at Bastion's childhood home?
Yep.
And a sweet old lady comes out. I'm like, oh, she doesn't. And I'm just doing this with fresh eyes. I'm like, oh, she doesn't know what's really going on. She's got Alzheimer's, and I was not expecting what's going to happen next.
My son said you were coming for me tomorrow. It's like, for a guy who knows the future.
And a creepy old house with no lights. Nope.
And then they go to his room and see all the drawings.
Hang on, in saying that though, my grandma never used to put the lights on. So, you know, every time we used to go to bird places, the lights were completely off. So I for me, it was natural.
Like the Ace Ventura scene. Hey, I want Ray Finkel and a clean pair of shorts.
Yeah,
oh my god. I don't know about you, but I'm hating this dynamic between the Summers at this point, because like it's so incredibly awkward being around, like just seeing them.
I love it. I love it. It's hilarious.
I think it's
yeah, but you love making things awkward for everybody though. That's
I mean, where are you gonna get? Oh, you man. But like later on, when they're like in the car, she goes, "Nathan, get in the back," and he's like, "Don't you dare boss me around."
And she just automatically puts his seatbelt on.
Yeah, put your seatbelt on.
We're getting too far ahead of the scene, guys. But that's good.
In the house, and this is where we get Bastion's past.
Yeah, we get his entire backstory.
Did you guys feel sorry for him during this whole thing? Because I kind of feel sorry for him, but like because I already know that he's a prick. You know, like I towards the end of it, I was just like, you know what, you turn into a massive asshole. I'm not gonna feel sorry for him.
I don't, because they drastically changed the origin that he has in the comics compared to in the context of the show.
Yeah,
because with in the comics he was originally a combination of Master Mold and Nimrod, and then pushed through a portal and then reborn and yada yada yada. But in this, it was when I spoke earlier about when Nimrod and another mutant that I've forgotten the name of, where they go back in time to kill college-age professor.
Yep.
I believe it was Bastion, Wolverine, and Storm fight off Nimrod in the future, or in the past, sorry. And they like obviously blew up Nimrod once or twice, but he can regrow. But there was one bit of him that escaped and went into the guy who would become Bastion's father.
Yeah, pretty much. It was pretty much a Terminator type deal.
Yeah, essentially. It was very similar to that entire time paradox. But I think the point of his backstory, especially it being shown, was he always started out as like not knowing what he was. That's why he goes to his mother. He's like, "Will I ever be normal?" Like this, that, and going on. And he gets Master Mold in his head, saying, "You will be the perfect machine." So what I think has happened is he was born with all these abilities, but he didn't know what it was because he isn't Nimrod. His dad was. His dad was possessed by Nimrod.
Yes.
So he doesn't know what he is or who he is. So with that being said, he has in his subconscious the idea that he needs to eradicate mutants, but Master Mold always saw mutants and humans as the same thing. Hence why he wanted to replace like Senator Kelly and all that with robot brains, because he thinks robots are superior. So originally he would have been born with the idea that he had to eradicate all humans and mutants. So when he was taught in school, which is why I think they pointed to the teacher saying, "Oh, Neanderthals, yada, yada, yada," was because he was raised to appreciate human life. But then when mutants become a thing and they become a problem, that's when he goes, okay, humans good, mutants bad. So unlike Master Mold, he was able to tell the difference, hence why he's been a lot more sneaky about it. And he did Master Mold's plan, but better, hence the Prime Sentinels. So instead of like, oh, I'm going to take your brain out, put a computer in it, he turns them just into computers. Just dip them in, dip them out, they become Sentinels.
Yeah.
So that's why he's a lot more efficient.
So scary to think that he would do that, but at the same time, fucking clever.
Oh yeah, it is. Like, wow. Especially like, yeah, you did your predecessor's plan good.
Like we haven't skipped one bit. Just because it just prompted in my head because I know Richard's going to be screaming at us when he does see this episode. Beast obviously has another talk with the reporter. I've forgotten her name at the top of my head, and she's trying to.
This is leading into it. Like this
we're leading right into it, and. I'm fine. Honest. I see that she's trying to, not weasel away in, but just basically just trying to apologize and everything, and it feels very, like sincere. And then we get to the line where Beast is saying, "Oh, I've locked on the signal for all these very, similar to what was going on, with the Prime Sentinels," and all of a sudden, yeah, the first thing you see. Now, I'm gonna say this that this might be because Disney are renowned for doing this. So when the first country that gets lit up is Australia, I've got a feeling, and anyone who's watching or listening to this podcast, please comment below whatever country it is and tell me that what my theory is true. Because we're in Australia, that image was Australian. But if you go into America, it's going to be an American, the American country. If you go to Japan, it's going to be Japan or something like that. That's what I'm assuming it's like because, like in, like for instance, Zootopia, like that new scene, there's a koala, but in like China, it's a panda or that. That's what
true.
And that's what I'm assuming that's happened here because like there's no way they would put Australia in there. We don't even have an Australian mutant in the X-Men.
I don't
think so. Do we?
Plenty. Yeah, plenty.
Hugh Jackman doesn't count. He's in the movies.
Mate, there's a whole story arc where the X-Men relocate to Australia.
Yeah.
Like,
what was it? What's it called? X-Men Down Under?
No, it was. I don't know. Tass, you've probably got it in your collection somewhere.
No, I was going to say the Mutant Gateway. That's who they speak to in terms of like transport in different areas.
Okay.
Especially because you see the first lights that pop up are in like the northern part of Perth. So I'm like, you just leave them there. That's probably where they all are.
Hang on. In this comic book where they go to Australia, did they say? I can't believe I've got to be saying this on the show. Did they say a lot? Did they say yeah, mate? Did they say oh you're a fucking bogan and all that shit?
I believe they run into like because they
Hollywood supporters?
relocate to the outback, which I believe the writers took inspiration from like Northern Territory, so they're probably around like Alice Springs.
Okay.
Because even like Injustice, the only reason that they went to like Melbourne and Perth and all that was because Tom Taylor was the writer. So the Australian writers, of course, going to know where all the Australian locations are. But yeah, I think it was Claremont that took them to Australia. So
oh man, I'd love it if they for some reason they just threw out the C word out in the middle of it in that comic, or they just go, yeah, nah, something yeah, nah, yeah.
I can imagine it's going to be all Wolverine.
all my all-time favorite that my dad just say, oh yeah, you know.
I could imagine. Imagine like they do a cameo next year where it's like Wolverine runs into Hugh Jackman. Like...
Marvel, make it happen. That'd be great. I smell ratings.
Like anyway. Hugh Jackman looks down on him and he's like, "Huh, you're shorter than I thought you would be." Because that was the original controversy. Hugh Jackman was too tall to play Wolverine.
Yeah. Just to follow up on that one. This is how old I am, and this is I you not because I don't remember Hugh Jackman as being Wolverine at the start. I remember Hugh Jackman being a presenter on Fox 8. So okay. I remember when he was cast, and I went that interviewer from Fox 8. What the seriously? I didn't know he was an actor. And boy, did he blow out of the park when that movie came out.
It was originally supposed to be Dougray Scott, but then he went and did.
That's right. Well, did you know? I was watching Comic Book Man out of all the shows I could be watching. I watched Comic Book Man the other night. Do you know that? And I had to look this up, and this is 100% true. Back in I think it was like the late 80s, early 90s, when they were thinking of casting and doing some X-Men thing. It wasn't a movie, it was some X-Men thing. Do you know who was on the short list of playing Wolverine? Literally, and when I say short list, I mean really short on this one.
He got the call back.
Danny DeVito.
I did.
I'm not kidding. That is true. Simply because of the height.
Mm-hmm.
Someone photoshopped
and Bob Hoskins, I think as well.
I didn't hear about the Bob Hoskins, but that would actually be a good choice back in the day, considering that he can do a really good American accent, even though Wolverine's Canadian. But he kind of did look the part. Have you ever seen him with mutton chops? He looks great. And again, for me, he's always either Mario or the dude from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and that's. Birth of us becoming men. That movie. Hashtag if you know, you know, you know. Anyway, let's continue going on. Now, this next bit I like to call nightmare fuel. When pretty much everyone started turning into Sentinels,
starting with Bastion's mother.
Oh God. Showing that painting and then.
So I'll quickly crowbar in the fun fact for this one.
Yes.
The drawing that Jean sees, the one that she sees on the wall of his room, that was from the mental flash that Madeline Pryor got in episode 1.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So that's why when she sees that, she gets the whole story.
I thought that was from Legion, something from one of Legion's stories for some reason. I don't know why.
You see it. That's the first thing she sees after she breaks into what did I say his name was? The guy who
Nasal.
Oh,
I thought we were going back to Nasal.
He's long gone. But yeah, when Madeline breaks into his mind. Sorry,
Gyrich.
Gyrich. Yeah, the first thing she sees is that drawing, and then if you look at the scene where they're walking past the doorway, you can see, I think it was 3 pictures of Master Mold. You see 2 pictures of the paradise that Cable flash forward to,
Mhm.
and you see a picture of Cable talking to Bastion's mother.
Mm.
So that's why everyone's going, wow, how far ahead can this guy see?
Yeah.
But yeah,
And a Sentinel thing of some reason as well.
that was probably that was Master Mold.
Probably.
Yeah.
Mm.
If he's getting visions of him in his head and him talking directly to his brain, I'd imagine that he can actually see him.
True.
That painting that they do show, was that from directly lifted from the comic book? So I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah,
No?
the artwork looked too good to be just off the cuff.
It looks awfully familiar. I just don't know if it's actually directly from the comic books or just me being senile. I don't know, but it looked awfully familiar to me.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, but that's the best thing about art. It intimidates life.
Yeah.
Oh, that freaked the out of me.
And then everybody starts turning.
Yeah.
Because that's when they start showing up on Beast's map, and we get the immortal line. Oh, my stars and garters. Like,
And then the reporter is one of them.
Yeah, that I didn't see coming. That was freaky. But then again, you know, it did kind of foreshadow it because she put her cup on the table and it wasn't her name.
Yeah, true.
I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. But yeah, really good. But then all of a sudden, you know, Beast goes through the floor, and Wolverine has another good line. I gotta talk to Beast about his taste in women, and I felt so bad for Beast because think about it. The blind girl he didn't end up with, the ship he had a crush on.
God, yeah.
This new chick, jeez, give the man a girl that is actually going to love him, please, Marvel. Jesus Christ,
Hank, my man, he tries his best. Because it's leading into this, when they start activating the Prime Sentinels, earlier in the episode, when the family Summers leave to go to Bastion's home, you see Cable point out to Beast, hurry, Beast, you better hurry, because the villagers found their pitchforks and torches. That is a panel directly ripped from the Grant Morrison storyline, Riot at Xavier's.
Yep. Oh,
which
man.
is fun too because it was part of the new X-Men storyline, which a lot of the new X-Men appeared in episode 5 and probably did.
Yep. That's true.
That's why I reckon they're doing Grant Morrison's storyline after this season.
I'm hoping they do because Grant another amazing writer. Like, oh jeez. Just a side note on that one, like Grant Morrison, Batman and Robin.
Yeah. It was better than the Frank Miller Batman and Robin, I'll tell you that.
Yep, that's true. That's very true.
Jesus Christ.
But
look,
yeah,
I didn't mind that, but like you can't beat Grant. Like, God, the guy's phenomenal.
Yeah, you really can't.
Anyway, but yeah, the nightmare feel with this one because like all the parents are turning, you know, like I'm just wondering because like they had that bit where they're sitting at the on the couch and then all of a sudden mum and dad turn into sentinels, and the kids just do. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen that movie Heavy Metal? The animated movie.
The old 1980s one?
Yeah. Now, do you remember there was one at the start the daughter, she does like that really obvious like that face like a like that. You see these kids, they like look like doing it, and like literally I'm like did they get the guys that animated Heavy Metal to do that one scene because they literally felt like that bit because it like they kind of care, but they kind of like, I don't know how to act, so I'm just going to open my mouth.
Yeah. I was kind of worried that the kids were going to start turning too.
Same here. I was like, oh my God, no, please don't tell me they got the kids. But that, but that if they had done that though, that would go from an M rating to an MA, even a possible R rating, because they can't show kids doing like that in an M rated movie or a TV show.
Yeah, kids are like even there's a zombie movie called Cooties where literally only children turn into zombies, and even then they were very like you never see a kid get killed on screen.
No.
So even when it's the premise of the movie, they still can't show it. They imply it, obviously, but like, yeah, you never see it on screen because kids are just like, you don't.
No, they don't do that. But I'm digging this whole scene until we get until we go back to the Summers, and
Or even that Roberto and Jubilee.
Oh yeah, true.
Shoot. Yeah.
Roberto's
butler. Oh wow.
And we get Jubilee in an updated outfit as well.
Yeah, that's what to say. That's a new outfit, right? Yeah. Not a fan of it.
It does look similar to like probably Tass has seen this now that he has the book, but it's similar. I think it's different color to the outfit she wears when Bastion captures her. Sorry, spoiler alert. Because in the comic he does capture Jubilee. And yeah, she has a very similar outfit on. Like she wears the full one-colored suit.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they just quickly switched her over into something like that to make it a bit more accurate.
Did anyone look at that suit and just instantly their brain just instantly went to that episode in The Simpsons? Stupid sexy fanders. I don't know if it's just because it's jumpsuit. I don't know, but that's the first thing came to my head when I saw that.
Yeah, probably, but at least she didn't turn around. It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. That would be disturbing because we well, actually no, it wouldn't be disturbing. It would be disturbing for us, but it would be great for Richard because apparently he loves hentai.
You know, like, she dyed her hair red. His dick would explode.
It'd be better if it was Jean Grey, that's for sure. No, but like. I don't think that's like I don't like that scene just because I feel like Jubilee's just taking advantage of Roberto there, but at the same time, just like it's necessary to have this scene. But
because we get Roberto in his full powers.
Yeah. We also get a funny jerk from Jubilee when they're running from the other Prime Sentinels that join in on the chase. She's like, "I am so done with moles."
But didn't she say that like in the previous series too? Like for something I can't remember what happened, but there was something else happened, and she said the exact same thing. I would have thought you would have learned
it was something along those lines, but it's still a funny line.
Yeah, no, it's a good line, but
it's like the Doofenshmirtz jerk. It's like if I had a nickel for every time I was chased by Sentinels in a mole, I'd have 2 nickels, which is happened twice.
But we finally get to see Roberto start using his powers in this one scene. Like, bloody hell! Like I know we've all been badgering on, but about fucking time, Roberto. Jesus Christ! You know you got powers. Fucking use them. God damn it!
At least they helped explain it, where they're like, "Oh, I've been practicing in the danger room." Like, oh yeah, that'll do.
Yeah,
he's been doing something.
Yeah, at least you're doing something. Because you're doing bugger all in the actual fucking show. Yeah.
And they end up in the big fundraiser, and then
with his mom.
Sentinels.
Did you see what the banner said in the background? Humans for genocide. What a massive middle finger to the mutants by putting that fucking banner in the background.
I can't place my finger on like because I'm probably going to get political again. I can't place my finger on like the organization or anything that did the same thing, but Bertemeyer himself, who is gay, he has confirmed on his Twitter he is gay. He based Genosha off of I can't remember the name of the nightclub, but it was a shooting at a nightclub by a guy, obviously a homophobe, and he emptied a full clip of an M16 into a nightclub. He based the Genosha episode off of that tragedy because he was a regular at that nightclub.
Right.
I reckon, like, yeah, he wasn't there that night, thankfully, but he was a regular there. So I reckon he's used that inspiration as like, because there was a lot of people who were saying, like, we support like, we are so sorry for the tragedy and everything, and we're horrified this has happened. But they didn't really do anything. They weren't like, all right, let's look into gun reform so that this can never happen again. Let's look at getting better security for these nightclubs because obviously these people are being persecuted. Like, let's talk about, how much we apologize and we're sorry that this happened, but let's not do anything to make it not happen again.
Yep.
Like, And that leads into the massive thing that happens at the end of the episode. But I think like that is the first like crumb in this show of that. It's Genosha was this massive tragedy, but the humans aren't going to do anything to fix it because they never try to fix a group that's different to themselves.
Exactly. I'm just glad that they ended it there, where they get Jubilee and Roberto going in there, and then finally it's revealed that Roberto's a mutant in front of all these shareholders, all these financial backers and all that. But all of a sudden the Sentinels come in and
Change
instead of being a proper mum looking after your kid, she looks and then she's like, listen to the man. Like,
yeah. Well, the Sentinels say like they changed their tune, like we're not here to kill the mutants, we're here to save them.
Yep. You see, as soon as they go through the window, they still have their hands up, ready for a blast. And as soon as they see the humans, whoop! No, we're here to help them. What are you talking about?
No, we ain't doing anything. We're just
we're the good guys.
Nothing.
Yeah, like sorry, we misunderstanding. Ooh, like shut.
Hang on, sorry. Can you do that one more time?
No.
Wait, Josh Redfield enter the chat.
That's gonna be the thumbnail this week.
Oh yeah, fucking get me doing that.
Yeah, and you going.
Shout out to my mate Dell who does this all the time. Good man he is. But yeah, like it also is like it was so heartbreaking to see that, because you think maybe this is where she gets redemption, because they weren't building to it, but like maybe she might realize, but no, because it's another thing into that speech. It's not because of like, even when it's her own son, she doesn't want to still help them. She is deferring to an authority figure because the authority figure told her to. Because unfortunately, society does do that. When something like this tragedy sort of happens, obviously we'll cry and we'll go into the streets and we'll riot and do things like that. Like BLM, even, for example only. I do support that movement. But what's happened since then? Like, what has happened to stop another situation like that? Nothing, really. We talk about it, we fight for it, we petition for it, but nothing. Because the authority figures have said, nah, it's fine. It's all right.
Yep.
It's just another tragedy to add to the pile.
But
let's lift it up. Let's get like we just got really fucking serious.
Yeah,
I'll get to this one bit, because this is pretty much what killed the episode for me. So we get back to the Summers. They're fighting off all the Sentinels and all that stuff. At the start, obviously, they're in the Blackbird. We already alluded to it that Jean put the seatbelt on for him. They're already cacking on back and forth. All of a sudden, they drive it in the Porsche. I don't know what Porsche that version of that car was, but that definitely wasn't a Porsche.
I think it was supposed to be a reference to X2.
Was it?
I think, because a lot of people have been saying that it's a similar blue car to what they used in the second movie.
Oh yeah, to escape the X Mansion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, this is Cyclops' car. Where's the keys? Don't have any. He started with his claw.
No, but then it's just like it was like bad pun after bad pun, and then this one line. God damn it!
Which one?
Let's show them why you don't mess with the Summers. F off.
Cheesy 90s dialogue.
Yeah. They're still in the 90s. That's why you see when Bastion's talking about the new Prime Sentinel.
It's not just the line. It's that fucking smile that Scott bitch Summers puts on when he says it too. I'm like, no, shut the fuck up. I can't.
Well, Jean Grey turns to him and gives him the same smile.
Yeah. I think
and they escape the Sentinels pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And we get that great shot of Jean Grey like carrying Cyclops and Cable away from the wreckage. I think that's where they cut off from their side of things.
That's right. And then we go back and forth with Roberto, and then back to the expansion where obviously Logan, Nightcrawler and Morph are fighting the other Sentinels and protecting Rogue.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty like I get it, there's no blood, like actual blood in this scene, but that was fucking gory for this whole thing, especially from the start, when Logan goes, I got 6 reasons, and then all of a sudden,
well, he ripped the guy in half before that.
He slapped the guy in the back and it just went. Thank God that liquid was blue.
Oh boy! When you just doing that task, it just reminded me of that old photo of you with the mutton chops too. When you did that, like,
yeah, I need to bring that back, bro.
bring back the mutton chops. Bring back the long hair. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there because I know I'm gonna get a chopping later if I continue with that sentence.
But yeah, there was a great fight sequence when Wolverine's getting taken up into the air by the reporter.
Yes.
He gets rid of her and then just glides down, taking out every Prime Sentinel in front of him. As soon as he gets back into the mansion, and that's when we get the whole thing.
Yeah. I got 6 reasons why.
Yeah.
No, my friend. 9. It's like,
nice.
Finally, you get to see him use swords. Finally. I think this is the first show where he actually uses it.
It is the first show, but did anyone scream like a little girl when you saw the swords come out? I went, oh my god! I'm gonna wait for this one. It's okay.
I saw the swords land in front of him, and I was like, "Oh, that's a nice reference, like to his intro and everything." Really, and then you see him actually
pretty much acknowledged it.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you, Tass, but I think I was giggling for like 5 minutes. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my god, because I think the very first time I ever saw Nightcrawler on anything was just I can't remember which issue it was, but it was Excalibur, and it was him on a boat like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That was great. But what my whole take from this one scene though was I was more scared that that Wolverine has killed so many people, and then halfway through it you see, oh, okay, their body parts are going right back into them. Like, okay, so nanobot technology or something. Great, awesome. At least they're not going to die. And then what happens next?
Quick thing too. We also see
with Nightcrawler. And we get that one shot where Wolverine's hanging on, and shot where he's following Nightcrawler.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I never thought I ever wanted to see that until that happened, and it's. I think that's my favorite scene in the entire series, simply because like I've always pictured in my head what teleportation may look like. Didn't think it was going to be like that, and that was great. Thank you, Disney. Thank you, Marvel. That was great. What happens next? That's going to be. Actually, hang on, because you haven't said anything for 20 minutes. Is there any fun facts here?
Fun facts. Well, there is a quick fun fact when after Wolverine gets blasted away the first time and he comes back and he's like, "You ready to fight again, Tin Woman?" It's a reference to the first time he meets a Sentinel in the first episode of the series where he calls one of Tin
Man. Tim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, "You ready, Tin Woodsman? I'm going to send you back to Oz." So it was nice that they kept that thing going.
So the X-Men just pretty much leveled, and now finally Bastion makes his appearance there.
Yes.
Only to realize that Valerie Cooper has released Magneto.
Yeah, because Sinister calls him up and he's like, "That motherfucking human." Like, he was mad.
Why did they change Sinister's voice when Bastion took the call? Because that wasn't Sinister's voice.
Stop sounding robotic.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I was like, who the f*** is this? This ain't Sinister.
He's pretty much dropping his act now.
Yeah.
Bro was so mad he grew back.
I'm not a robot anymore. I'm actually human.
You ever get so mad that you restore your voice just to yell at someone? Quick fun fact on that one though: when Bastion shows up and stands in front of the car, exact comic panel of Operation Zero Tolerance, where he shows up to the X-Mansion.
Ah, okay.
Because in Operations, I'm surprised you're fucking going up and down, Tass,
I've got the
considering you
book,
have the
but I haven't
book. Have
read
you
it
not
yet.
read it yet?
I've
Have you
got the
not
book,
read it
but I
yet?
haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it
I've
yet.
got a couple of others that I'm reading at the moment.
Oh, well,
when I get to it.
spoiler alert for the book.
No, it's all good. I
When he
can
shows
look
up-
back at it and go, oh, okay, it was this, it was this. Yeah.
But yeah, when he shows up to the X-Mansion, in the show, I believe he's looking for Cerebro, so that way he can locate all the mutants. But in the comic, he shows up looking for the Xavier protocols. So the Xavier protocols are basically Batman's contingency plans,
Yes.
but for X-Men.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, he wants to kill the X-Men, so he looks for the contingency plans, because Xavier knows how to kill each and every one of his X-Men, just in case they go rogue, the same excuse Batman gave.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bastion wants those plans, but in the show, I think he wants Cerebro. That's my theory. Like, he doesn't say it, but that's what I think he's there for.
Well, here's the thing. Like, obviously, Magneto gets unleashed. Do you reckon he could have just, taken like the 2 minutes to put on some fucking clothes?
I mean, would you?
I would.
Frame of mind here was in.
But freezing my fucking balls in Alaska when he was. I'm assuming it's Alaska.
That's the North Pole.
Oh, North Pole. North Pole. I don't know where that is. But like
North. Just point north, keep walking, bro. You'll find it.
But like, I would have put some clothing on because like I'm watching that. I'm already shivering. Just
I was mind he was in. He probably didn't give a shit.
I mean, bro said the first word that he said for like the last. What are we up to? Episode 8, so 3 episodes, and all he says is enough.
Yeah,
and yeah,
but before that, we get Valerie Cooper's monologue ending with the immortal line, "Magneto was right."
Because like I want to go into the monologue a little bit.
Yeah,
go
for it.
Because I'm not getting political this time. I promise.
Okay.
I'm not bringing the mood down. But
are you gonna bring a saucy redhead? So,
maybe depends on how I feel about Richard.
Cool.
But yeah, like she brings up the fact of she felt a lot of emotions in Genosha. She felt inspired by the people who were fighting. She felt terror because her life was in danger, and things like that. You'd obviously feel in a tragedy, but one thing she didn't feel was surprised, and that's like very much the sentiment that I reckon humans give off. They were like obviously shocked and sad and all the normal emotions you'd feel after a tragedy, but yeah, no one was surprised because it's a reflection of how we treat tragedies today. It's very much just another one for the pile. We've all become desensitized, and it really did start happening after 9/11. Like Bo DeMeyer said, Genosha was a direct, like it was very much similar world event to 9/11. Not to like take anything away from it or anything. But that's how they treat it in universe. So that's why, like, because after that point in our history, at least, tragedies that have happened after that haven't really compared to it. So I think since then, just society in general has just become desensitized. And that's where they're going with X-Men, where, after this massive Genosha thing, no one was surprised. No one cared. Everyone just felt the normal emotions and then moved on with their lives like they always do. But that's why Magneto was right, because he believed that like his original plan was to wipe out humans because they wanted to wipe out mutants. It was self-defense. He's never been an outright villain. That's why he's such an amazing character, because he's never like wanted to destroy the world for destroying the world's sake. He's wanted to do it to protect his kind because he was a victim of the Holocaust. He knows what happens when a powerful force is stronger than him, wants to wipe out his kind. And that's why I reckon they showed off the serial number to like bring back that comparison. So when she starts talking about, this tragedy, it wasn't surprising. Everybody just moved on with their lives. It was very much the same thing. And that's why when she says Magneto was right, because if you look back at the monologue he gave during episode 2, he basically begged the humans, please don't prove me right.
Yeah.
And then in episode 5, they did. And that's why Valerie finally says he was right.
Right.
So, yeah, to condense it all into one small thing,
Yeah.
it was paying off his monologue at the end of episode 2 to say that exactly what he thought was going to happen happened. And it was because of Bastion.
Very, very thought-provoking, Pete. You know, when you do win the Alpha Cup on Saturday, can you make sure that you do a promo that pretty much encapsulates all that, please?
Maybe. I mean, I don't want to compare an entire massacre to me winning a cup, but you know.
I don't mean you're comparing yourself to what happened to Genoja. I mean just with the same intensity, just like I'm right. I'm like this, and Ryan Casca sucks. Ryan, I'm not saying that you suck at all.
No, that is exactly what he's saying, Casca. If you are listening to this, I'm gonna fucking wreck you, kid.
Hey, while we're on it, EVO, birds are fucking real. And Pepsi Max is the best fucking drink. You bastard.
Yeah, it is. What the hell? When did he say it wasn't? We're gonna go to that kid's house.
Oh my god, that's a one thing that we've been arguing about for the past year. That
I'm gonna
Pepsi
beat
Max
his tag team partner up, and then I'll beat him up. Jesus Christ.
What was cool? We start fights. Now let's just quickly finish up on what happened at the end. Because I'm pretty sure
going off.
Yeah.
Big ass EMP.
Oh my god.
Well, it wasn't necessarily an EMP, but he reversed the Earth's polarity.
Oh, was that what he's done?
That's why he went to the North Pole, because because the North Pole is where his magnetic powers are the strongest.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One person when they saw that say, "Oh, they're doing Ultimatum then."
Ultimatum wasn't done by Magneto. Ultimatum was done by an evil Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because like his plan was he basically collided the universes together. So when Secret Wars happened, it was the only planet to not survive.
Right.
Okay.
By the way, that is the Secret Wars that did make a small cameo appearance in the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer.
Yes.
So it may all connect. Who knows?
Yeah. And then
too many fun facts on this episode.
Too many fun facts and too many fun monologues. Well, not
yep. Sorry, Tass.
No, but then we get the next lot of big cameos, and everybody lost their shit around the world.
Okay. So everything's going on, and then we see a very familiar white sticky thingy going up in the air.
He means webs. Jesus Christ, he means webs.
Yes.
I just really wanted to say.
Jesus Christ, he means webs.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean it to be sounded that dirty. I'm so sorry.
I saved you, bro.
That's going in the preview.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's the clip.
That's the clip. So we see a very familiar web, going up in the air, and then we see a very familiar red and blue costume fly down, and all you hear is me doing this. Holy shit!
I think that was Pete as well.
Yeah, it was Peter. Oh, you can ask my missus.
My God.
And it has been confirmed that is the same Spider-Man from the 90s TV show.
Yep.
Good.
Bo DeMeyer himself confirmed it.
Now, Disney, Marvel, Disneyplus. What's that other? Buena Vista. I don't care. Anyone
Marvel Animation.
Marvel Animation. Thank you. Bring back Marvel. Bring back Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 98.
98, 98, 97, 98. It doesn't matter. Bring back Spider-Man, goddammit.
Yeah,
There's no way they
With the
wouldn't.
original cast. And make sure
especially because the voice actor has said he wants it back.
Yes, but also I want to know what the happened to Mary Jane, and I want to know what happens next with Madam Web. God damn it!
Mary
Bring it back!
Oh, there's no way they wouldn't do it now, based on the reaction that it got.
Ooh.
He didn't say a single word.
Exactly, yeah.
But he was on screen for like 2 seconds, and that's the only thing everyone's talking
His
about.
eyes said enough.
Oh. Isn't it weird how like Marvel's been like, oh, what is our major superhero of this franchise? Like, who's our Superman? It's been Spider-Man this whole goddamn time, guys. Like, if you think we were like freaking out over his small cameo in this show, you saw the reaction to No Way Home. You know how bad we want Toby back.
And how good the Spider-Verse movies have been.
And yeah, there you go. There's your Superman.
Good example. Captain America, Civil War.
Yeah.
How many people lost their minds when that trailer came out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was.
I put it this way, Marvel, if you're listening, I took the day off because I couldn't handle how excited I was. I am not, and I know people are going to actually think that I'm doing a bit. I'm not actually telling a bit at all. I actually hyperventilated because of like how excited I was for that one. I took the day off and I had to sleep the whole day because I was that excited. God, yeah, that
was the final trailer too, I believe, before the movie got released.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what, I just pretty much outed myself as a massive nerd. I can already hear Nate Hunter screaming like DPC's a virgin. You. I'm in such a mood. I am such in a mood to piss people off tonight. It's not funny. Now, if you guys are wondering why I'm picking on Nate Hunter, make sure to tune in to episode 100 of What If It's Cool, which Tass does make an appearance in it. Unfortunately, Pete doesn't because Pete left just before as we started recording that.
Well, I was dealing with a concussion. Deal with it.
Well,
it was my back.
Yes, you're about to say it was your back, wasn't it?
I was about to say concussion, huh?
No.
I did have a concussion because I forgot which part I got in.
But no, yeah, but please make sure to check that out. That will be premiering this Sunday at 7 p.m. wherever you get your podcast. Video version will be available on YouTube and on Spotify. So please check that out. It is an amazing, I think it's going to be an hour and 10 or hour and 20 minutes because I'm going to put in a little bit of extra footage in there because they're going to be another riveting episode of Life Lessons with Crash, which... I don't know, Tass, if you were next to me when I filmed that with Crash, but that is some of the most funniest things I've ever got him to say ever.
No, I don't think I was there for that. I was there when he did.
Don't reveal what happened because the trailer for episode 100 doesn't really say much. But yes, something happened. Something happened. I tried to get Tass to do it. I tried to get several people to do it, and then.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, of course you do.
Ooh. I got the message too.
Yes, you did. So make sure to check it out. Now, let's just end this episode with what happened.
Other two cameos, we got Silver Surfer, Omega Red,
Silver Samurai.
Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I was about to say
it's later right now. Silver Samurai.
Silver Samurai.
And Omega Red.
Omega Red, yes.
Omega Red. Yeah. I'm having a go at Tass when I'm the one with the speech impediment. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me tonight? I like this last bit where they're at the expansion, and you know, the one line, sorry, what Logan and Wolf are going back and forth are saying, you know, oh, I can't believe he did it. He goes, oh, what, saved our asses? No, you know, he started war. I'm like, and I had to really think about this. Like, how he started? Went, holy, he really has, right?
Yeah.
And then let's out the the catchphrase of the year. Where's the professor right now?
I'm back, bitches.
Hey guys, been a while since I've been back. What's been happening? Oh shit! The whole world is going.
The mansion's on fire.
To be fair, he's probably like, it's probably Tuesday.
Well, he did say like, I hope I'm not too late. Well,
Yeah.
the mansion's on fire.
He says in the remains of his own home.
And
And
finally
then,
gives
yeah.
him a line to me, my X-Men.
No, Tass, do it properly. Come on, you can do it properly.
To me, my X-Men. And
There
then
you
you
go.
see everybody, including Storm.
I was hoping because like it started off being like the original team. I was hoping that they're going to put Bobby back in there.
Yeah, true. It was Beast, Cyclops, Jean Grey.
And then it was Storm. I was thinking,
Storm.
okay. I was thinking, oh, they're gonna put Iceman in there. Oh no, but Storm in her costume and everything. I'm like, okay.
I like how he only called the smart. Like Wolverine wasn't there, Nightcrawler wasn't there.
Well, they were standing right next to him when it
Yeah,
happened.
right next to him. All right. Well, we'll come to the staple question here on what if it's cool. X-Men 97, Episode 8. Is it cool? Firstly, fun fact: Dangerous Pete Morgan.
Well, 3 fun facts. 1, the armor that Professor Xavier was wearing was the same armor that the Queen of the Shi'ar Empire was wearing when she came to Earth.
Yep.
Second fun fact, Morph and Wolverine have an amazing friendship because before he says, he started a war, he gives Wolverine a beer. And
Yeah.
And fun fact 3, yes, this episode is really
cool. Tass, how do you feel about this episode?
I'm actually going to wait because it's 3 parts and we only have part 1.
All right, that's fine.
I'm not saying it wasn't good. I'm not saying that at all. But
I'm just saying this part was good, dude.
But
You know what?
I'm going to wait till all 3 are out.
You know what? I'm actually going to go with Tass on this one because, like, I hate saying this and I hate being that guy, but I have to be this guy on this one because it is our show. Unfortunately, Marvel and especially Disney have a habit of, doing arcs, and the first episode, sometimes even the second episode, are great, but then the third one is always shit. So I'm very skeptical on this one. I'm hoping that I'm wrong because I really want this to end on a banger because this whole series has been great. But I'm with Tass on this one. I'm going to wait to say. I'm going to say this episode was good, but I'm not going to say it's cool yet or anything because we haven't got up to that bit yet.
We'll be interested to see what happens next because they pretty much took care of all the Prime Sentinels.
Oh,
Do the X-Men just go after all the X-Men just team up and go after Bastion?
don't know. Like it's I'm just hoping that they bring back Gambit. I'm so
gone, man. He's gone. Dead. Dude.
He's not gone. He's not gone. We have to hold on.
It was an absolute point in time, and we have a whole what if episode on what happened around with them.
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh God. Well, that's the end of this episode of What If It's Cool. Thank you for joining us. It's been absolutely a pleasure. Once this episode does come out, I believe this will either be. Oh no, it won't either be. It will be. This will be coming out on Friday. So tonight. Tass will be taking on Chris Law of Conflict Axiom at Adrenaline Pro Wrestling. Make sure to check that out. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling Breakout 41. Ticket link is all in the description. I will be there, but I won't be calling or working there. I'll just be there as a fan and cheering on Chris Law because Tass. Sorry, Tass. And tomorrow we'll also be having Alpha Pro Wrestling's Energy 4 Wrestle Festival, which Pete Morgan will be taking on Ryan Casca for the Energy Cup. I will be calling that, but you won't be hearing me on comms on that one live because I think we're actually recording it now. But yes, we'll all. Tass, are you going to be there?
Maybe. Probably not for Energy because I've got a film project during the morning. So I'll see how I go later on.
Yeah, but if you want to see us there, we'll at least me and Pete will be there, and Malice will be happening at doors open 6:30, starts at 7:00 because they changed the times. Also at the Pipeworks Market, ticket list subscription for that, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Going to be a great weekend of wrestling, and let's pray that no one gets any injuries because we don't want that, do we? Yeah.
Except I'm going to knock Ryan Casca out.
Yeah, you're going to hit him in the balls again. Sorry, hit him in the balls like you've done with your last couple opponents.
And I'll probably do the same to Chris Law. But anyways.
Yeah, kick him in the balls and run.
Hey. Just remember who funds what if it's cool, okay? Like, I wouldn't be making those kind of statements about Chris Law.
Wait. One more. Once again, we get paid.
Yeah, what? Oh.
Dangerous Pete Morgan, where can we find you on all your socials?
You can find me at danger_is_Pete on any of your socials, Instagram, Facebooks, Twitters, and TikToks. And as was said before, I will be wrestling at Alpha Energy 4 against Ryan Casca for the cup.
Tass, where can we find you on all your socials?
You can find me at Tass Alexander Tocket Leaders on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tass Tocket Lee 2020 on Snapchat. And I will be at APW Breakout 41 this Friday at Seaford. I will be facing Chris Law in a #1 contenders match for the Legacy Championship.
Oh, wait, you just called it the Legacy Championship.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, it's not the Legacy Championship, mate. It's called the Conflict Axiom Championship. Get the championship right, okay? It is not called the Legacy Championship. It's a Conflict Axiom Championship. And with that being said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and enable those notifications to stay up to date whenever we post anything. And I just said the wrong line, but I'm just going to keep going on with it. Stay up to date with everything on What If It's Cool by checking us out on all our socials. We can be found at What If It's Cool. Keep that support coming. And I know I completely stopped the line, but I'm just going to keep on going. And until next time, we'll all catch you on the next one. And make sure to check out episode 100 of What If It's Cool happening on Sunday, I don't know what day it is. May 12th, thank you. May 12th at 7 p.m. wherever you get your podcast. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace. I really need to really think before I start talking.
You gotta have that on your screen.
Let's just win it.
Also, yeah, I love Inmate 211. He's my favorite member of Conflict Axiom. Jesus.
This is going to be shown to them, and they'll probably be like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Oh, we're still recording, so let's leave that in there.
Yeah, we'll just leave that. That's the actual clip.
Post-credit scene.